children, today we are going to start chapter number 3, Civics, the Union Executive. In the last chapter, we learnt about a Union legislature which included the structure and functioning of the parliament. In this chapter, we are going to study the Union Executive. Structure of the Union government. The Union government means the central government. You can see in this picture, the Union government is made up of the following constituents. You know that the legislature, executive and judiciary are the three organs of the state and that they work for the welfare of the people. In a parliamentary system, the executive is a part of the legislature and is responsible to the legislature. When we learn about the executive, it is important for us to understand who are included in executive. What are the constitutional provisions related to executive and what is the process of policy making for public welfare? Means who all are included in the executive, as you can see in this diagram over here. Indian's Union executive comprises of the President, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, as you can see in this picture. President. According to the provisions in the Constitution of India, the President is the supreme head of the state. We can see in this slide the list of the President of India, the past years who all are there. The office of the President has the highest honor and prestige and it represents the Republic of India, independent India. All executive powers of the state are vested in the President by the Constitution on his shoulders. The government carries out its function in the name of the President. However, in reality, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers run the government. Therefore, the President is the nominal and constitutional head, whereas the Prime Minister is the executive head. Election of the President. The President is indirectly elected by the people of India. See here you can see in this slide how they are electing the members of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, they are electing the President. The common people do not vote in the election of the President. He is elected by directly elected representatives of the center and the state legislature. The group of these parliamentarians and members of the state legislature is known as the Electoral College. Picture we can see the 14th President of India, Honorable Ram Nath Kovind. The tenure of the President is for 5 years. The person contesting the presidential elections should be an Indian citizen whose age should be at least 35 years. The person elected to the position of the President has to take an oath, promise, while accepting the post. According to the oath, the President bears the responsibility of protecting the Constitution and ensuring, means making sure that the government runs as per the Constitution. The President govern in accordance, means rule in accordance with the advice given by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The responsibility of protecting the Constitution is shouldered by the President. But if any act of the President violates, means breaks, the Constitution, means the laws, then the Parliament has the authority to remove the President. This process is known as the process of impeachment. Impeachment means removing the President from office. Any one house can lay the charges of violation, means breaking the law of the Constitution, and the investigation of the charge is carried out by the other house. The resolution has to pass by the special two-third majority of both the house of the Parliament. Powers and functions of the President. The Constitution has entrusted several powers and functions to the President. Entrusted means given. A few functions are enumerated as follows, are told in detail. Executive power, legislature power, financial power, judicial power, diplomatic power, military power, emergency power is shown in this slide. Let us study them in detail. The President summons the meeting of the Parliament, prorogues the session of the Parliament. Prorogue means suddenly discontinues a section, sends message to both the houses, dissolve the Parliament after the tenure is over or even before the tenure gets over. Second, bill passed by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha must be signed by the President. Without his signature, the bill cannot become a law. Third, President appoints the Prime Minister and other ministers on recommendation of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister suggests which minister has to be appointed to the President. The fourth, the President appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. The President also appoints the Governor of the state, Chief Election Commissioner, and other important officers. The President is the Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces. Decisions regarding war and peace are made by the President. 6. The President has some judicial powers too. Means he can also be like court, he can have some powers on it. For example, for instance, the President has a power to reduce the punishment granted, a respite or commutate a sentence of a person, or in special circumstances grant pardon or respite on humanitarian ground. Means together he can pardon a person or give him some concession if his behavior is well and good in the jail. Last function, emergency for powers. President has a power to declare emergency in case of a crisis situation arising in the country. Emergency is there. Any important something has come up, then he will declare that it is an emergency country. There are three kinds of emergency mentioned in the constitution, in the book of law. National emergency, second state emergency, and third is financial emergency. Financial means money wise emergency. In the absence of the president, his functions are carried out by the vice president. The vice president is elected by the members of both the house. Minister and the council of ministers. The president is the constitutional head. However, in reality, his powers are nominal, means existing only in paper, and the prime minister, along with his council of ministers, is responsible for the administration. We will now see the role and function of the prime minister. In this picture, we can see prime minister and the council of ministers. The party which attains a majority in election nominates their leader as the prime minister. The council of ministers is then formed of the trustworthy, means trusting, colleague means the party members from within the party. The prime minister and the council of ministers must be the members of the parliament. In case they are not members, they are required to get elected to the parliament within 6 months of their appointment. The government in reality is run by the prime minister and the council of ministers. This means that the real executive power are vested. Are vested means are on in the prime minister and the council of ministers. Functions of the prime minister. The foremost task of the prime minister, foremost means the first, is to form his council of ministers. While doing this, the prime minister gives priority, means importance, to trustworthy colleagues, means who are working with him, while considering their administrative experience, governance skills, efficiency, and technical expertise. After deciding upon the members of the council of ministers, the prime minister allots portfolio to them, means which department they will be handling. The prime minister leads the council of ministers. The prime minister chairs all the meeting of the council of ministers. Chair means starts with all the meeting. After allocations of portfolios, the prime minister has to maintain coordination in the working of various departments. Coordination means he should know in which department what work is going on. Facilitates cooperation amongst the departments. Supervise the working of these departments in order to maintain efficiency, means efficiency, etc. The Prime Minister also has various other responsibilities such as to raise the image of the country in the international arena means area and work towards achieving a favorable opinion globally means internationally, to develop trust among people and to provide strong support to people who are victims of any disaster, etc. Functions of the Council of Ministers. In a parliamentary form of government, the Council of Ministers take initiative means they take charge before others in the process of law making. The schemes, the policy plan, etc. are drafted and discussed and then introduced in the house. Drafted means rough, they are making copy of the law and they are introducing. The Council of Ministers discuss important question before making a decision. Second, education, agriculture, industry, health, foreign relations, among others, are subjects upon which the Council of Ministers have to decide specific policies or directions of work. The Parliament needs to take into confidence about the policy decision taken by the government. Therefore, the ministers of the respective department lay their policy plan in the House to bring about a discussion on it. Third and the last function, implementation of policy means how it is working, the policy is the foremost responsibility of the Council of Ministers. Once the Parliament approves the law, the Council of Ministers implement them. In this slide, they have shown extra, but our textbook is not covering any more points. So only 3 points are covered in our textbook. Does the Parliament keep a check on the executive? In a parliamentary system of government, the legislature tries to keep control over the executive, that is the Council of Ministers. The control is exercised in the law making process or policy making process. Implementation of policies and even after that, implementation means how are they progressing when the laws are made. A few ways of exercising control are given below that we will be studying in the next slide. Slide telling us about the discussion and debate. Among the members of the House are an internal part of the law making process. These debates and discussion help the members to scrutinize the policy means whether it is good or bad and also propose policies and laws and point out the shortcomings means what is the not good point of the policy. These discussions are essential for creation of healthy laws. Slide they're telling us about the question asked. During the parliamentary session, the process of the House begins with questions asked by the members of the House. The concerned ministers are supposed to give satisfactory answer to these questions. Question asked is one of the most effective ways of keeping a check over the Council of Ministers. During question asked, members criticize, mean tell bad about the government and ask the question on various issues. Sometime when a member is not satisfied with the answer of the minister, argument take place. Occasionally, members walk out of the house or enter into the well of the house and give slogan to the record their protest. Confidence motion. This is one of the most effective way to keep a check on the Council of Ministers. The government stays in power till it enjoys the support and majority of the Lok Sabha. If the members of the parliament withdraw the support, it may lead to the loss of majority and the government cannot stay in power. Of the parliament or house can move to no confidence motion by simply expressing we do not have confidence in the government. If the motion is passed with majority support, then the Council of Ministers have to resign. This is an extensive bureaucracy that works under the executive. We will study this bureaucracy in the 6th chapter.